Hello students, today we will discuss refraction of light by spherical lenses. Now in this our first topic is lens. Now what is lens? It is actually a piece of transparent glass which is bounded by two spherical surfaces, and there are two types of lenses, convex lens and concave lens. Like you earlier did, one is convex mirror and the other was concave mirror. Similarly, we have two type of lenses, convex lens and concave lens. There are many other forms of convex and concave lens like plano-convex, then convexo-concave, then plano-concave. So there are other categories also, but basically we have two type of lenses. It is as you can see, convex lens is made up of two convex surfaces which are bounded together, and it is thicker at the center and thinner at the edges. For concave lens, we have two concave surfaces, they are attached together, and it is thinner at the middle and thicker at the edges. Next we will discuss some important terms related to the lenses, and our first term is optical center. The center point of the lens is called the optical center. You can compare this with mirror also. In mirror you have the center part of the mirror, that is called pole, and here the center of the lens, it is called optical center. It is represented by sometimes O or sometimes C. So if you see here O or C, it is one and the same thing. Principal axis is a line passing through the center of curvature. You can't say like this. This is optical center. So line passing through the optical center and focus, that is called principal axis. A line passing through optical center of lens and perpendicular to both the faces. As you can see, this line is perpendicular also to both the faces, that is called principal axis. Now let's discuss this diagram firstly. We have a convex lens in the middle, then we have, because it is having two curved surfaces, so there will be two focus, and focus is a singular word, so for the plural word we will use foci. So we have two, F-O-C-I-I, it's foci. So for this surface we have this focus, and for this spherical surface we have this focus, and the distance between C and F, that is called focal length. It is represented by small f, and C is your center of curvature, you can say, or optical center also, but we will say center of curvature, we will say optical center. As you can see, a number of light rays while coming parallel to the principal axis after the refraction. Now we will not use reflection word, we are using refraction. Why we are using refraction word? Because all the light rays after passing through the lens, they are getting bent and they are going to meet at one point, which is called focus, and they are coming closer to it. Next is principal focus. The principal focus of the convex lens is a point on its principal axis. As you can see here, it is a point on the principal axis to which light rays parallel to the principal axis converge after passing through the lens. And for the convex lens we have real focus. Why we call it a real focus? Because light rays after coming, they actually meet at a point, that's why it is called real focus. Next is, what is focal length? The distance between C and F, that is called your focal length. Next, a note related to this, a convex lens is also called converging lens. Its second name is converging lens because it converges the parallel beam of light passing through it. As you can see here, number of light rays are coming and they are getting collected at one point, so that is why it is called converging lens. Next is your principal focus and focal length of the concave lens. For this we will use a concave lens, and we will observe that number of light rays which are coming parallel, after refraction they are getting scattered like this. So one focus we have this one for this spherical surface, this one focus, and if we reproduce these lines backward, we will observe that these light rays, maybe they are coming from the focus. So here you cannot see the actual meeting of these light rays, you can see the imaginary thing. You can just imagine this thing, that maybe these light rays, when they are reproduced backward, they meet at one point which is called focus. So your rule is applied over here, but this is not actually this is happening, this is imaginary thing. So the principal focus of concave lens is point on the principal axis from which light rays, originally parallel to the axis, they appear to diverge. This is called divergence because they are scattered away, they are going away from the focus and all this area. So passing through the concave lens. And note related to this, a concave lens is also known as diverging lens because it diverges the parallel beam of light rays, because it is scattering the light rays away. So as we have discussed this thing, that light rays do not actually meet but they appear to meet, so concave lens has virtual focus. Now focal length, obviously the distance between C and F, that is called the focal length. Similarly in the case of that happened in the case of convex mirror, similarly we have in the case of concave lens. Rule for obtaining images formed by convex lenses. Like we did in convex and concave mirror, similarly we'll do this thing in the case of lenses also. So now let's discuss rule number 1. Now according to rule number 1, what we have, a ray going parallel to the principal axis after refraction, it will pass through the other focus, not from the same focus, it will pass through the other focus. Means light ray is coming from the left hand side, so we'll leave this left hand side focus and the light ray will pass through the right hand side focus. Second, a ray of light passing through the optical center will not retrace its path. Like in case of concave or convex mirror, the light ray retraces its path. Here what will happen, a light ray passing through the center of curvature or optical center, it will pass as it is. It will pass directly from C, that is optical center. Next is a ray of light passing through the focus of the convex lens, it will become parallel to the principal axis after refraction. Like as you can see here, a light ray is going from the focus and it strikes the lens. After the refraction, it becomes parallel to the principal axis. Let's discuss formation of images by convex lens now. For case number 1, let us take the object is in between C and your F dash. This is your optical center and this is F dash. Here the object is placed, AB. It is represented by AB and object is to be taken on the left hand side, whether it is a mirror, whether it is a lens. Always you have to keep object on the left hand side. Now let's apply the two rules. We need only two rays for the formation of the image. One ray going parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it will pass from the focus. Other ray going from the C optical center, it will go directly. Now if we reproduce these two lines backward, we'll observe that they'll meet at some point that is far behind F dash, means in front of F dash. So here you'll get A dash B dash image of the object. So the image will be behind the object. Obviously it will be virtual and direct because the light rays do not actually meet, they appear to meet. So these are virtual and virtual image is always direct. And as you can see, compare the size of the image. This is enlarged or magnified. Let's discuss the second case now, when the object is at F dash. One ray going parallel to the principal axis, it will pass from the other focus. One ray going from the C optical center, it will go directly. So we'll get two parallel rays in the end, and we don't know where they will meet. So we are thinking that they will meet somewhere at infinite distance, so image will form at infinity, and it is forming below the principal axis, so it will be inverted, and inverted image is always real because the light rays will actually meet after refraction. So the image will form at infinity, it will be real and inverted. Obviously it will be highly enlarged. Next we will discuss case number 3, that is object in between F dash and 2F dash. So the double of the f dash is 2f dash. Similarly here we will also write double of f is 2f. Now the object is in between f dash and 2f dash, means in between somewhere. So we have an object AB, a ray going parallel to the principal axis passes from the focus, and a ray going from center of curvature will also go directly, and the two rays will meet at a point which is beyond 2f, and here you will get enlarged image. As you can see, compare the sizes, enlarged image, and it will be inverted, and inverted image is always real, and it will be beyond 2f. Next we have object is placed at 2f dash. When the object is placed at 2f dash, one ray going parallel, it will pass through the focus, other ray will go from the center of curvature, and they'll meet at a point at 2f only, and the size of image will be same as that of the object. So at 2f on the other side, it will be real and inverted and of the same size of the object. Next we have to discuss case number 5, when the object is beyond the 2f dash. Now means beyond 2f dash, one ray going parallel to the principal axis passes from the focus, other ray going through the center of curvature. The two rays will meet at a point which is in between f and 2f dash. So image is formed between f and 2f. Obviously it is below the principal axis, it is inverted, and inverted image is always real, and this image is smaller also as compared to this, so we will write diminished here. Next, when the object is at infinity, so we will take the bundle of rays which are parallel, beam of rays. When they are going parallel, we will observe that after going parallel to the principal axis, all the rays will meet at one point which is called the principal focus or focus. So the image will form at f. It will be real and inverted because light rays actually meet after reflection, they do not appear to meet, and the image, as you can see, you don't know the dimensions here, the image is at infinity, but here you know point like image, so it will be highly diminished. Hello students, today we will discuss uses of convex lens. These are used in spectacles to correct defect of vision called hypermetropia, and hypermetropia is the defect where the person can see distant objects clearly but cannot see the nearby objects clearly. So these are used in the spectacles to correct that defect. Second use is it is used for making simple cameras. Third use, it is used as a magnifying glass to see the magnified image of any object. Or fourth is it is used in making microscopes and telescopes also. Next we have to discuss a numerical. A convex lens has a focal length of 20 cm. Where should the object be placed in front of the convex lens so as to obtain real, inverted and image of same size? Now remember, where we have this case where the object and the image are of same size, it is only one case when the object is placed at 2f. If f is given, find out 2f. That is very simple to find. So here f is 20, what will be 2f? 2 into 20, that will be 40 centimeters. Now next topic is sign convention for spherical mirrors. What are the sign conventions? All the distances are measured from optical center. See, this is the lens and this is the optical center. So all the distances will be measured from here. Second sign convention is distance measured in the same direction as that of incident light are taken as positive, and distance measured against the direction of incident light are taken as negative. So all the distances from optical center to this side, means right hand side, they will be positive, and to the left of the optical center these will be negative. And the distances measured upward are taken as positive, distances measured downward and perpendicular to principal axis are taken as negative. So like the height of the object, we will take positive. If the image form real and inverted, the height will be this side, it will be taken as negative. Next is focal length of convex lens is always taken as positive, and focal length of concave lens is always taken as negative. So these are the sign conventions. Next is length formula. Like for mirror, we have formula between the image distance, object distance and focal length as 1 by v plus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. But here we have formula 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. Magnification is also similar as that we have done in the case of mirrors, spherical mirrors. First formula is magnification is defined as the ratio of height of the image to the height of object. So magnification is h2 by h1. Second formula is, in the mirrors we have done m is equal to, concave mirror especially, we have done m is equal to minus v by u. And here what is the formula? There is a little change here. Here negative sign will not be there in case of lens, so it will be positive. M is equal to plus v by u, and we'll take the sign of v or u as in the question. According to numerical, the sign of v and u can change. U is always negative. If the image is virtual and direct, then v will be positive. If the image will be real and inverted, it will be negative. So accordingly, the sign for the magnification will come. Let's discuss our numerical now. A convex lens of focal length 10 cm is placed at the distance of 12 cm from the wall. Now what is the meaning of wall? At wall, the formation of image is there. Image will be formed. So it means the focal length of convex lens is 10 cm, that is given, that is positive. And your lens, the distance between lens and the screen, matlab distance between lens and where the image is formed, that is 12 cm. So image is formed on the right hand side, so it is 12 plus 12 cm, because the image is real and inverted, so it will be to the right of the optical center, so it will be positive. How far from lens object should be placed, means you want to find out u so as to form the real image on the wall. So you have to find. Now write the formula. 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. Put the value of v there, put the value of u there, and f. So v is 12, you have to write, you have to find its value and write the value of f also. After simplifying all this, you will get u is equal to minus 60. Now you can see that the negative sign will come automatically when you will write the when you will solve the value. Negative sign will come automatically, which shows that object is always on the left hand side, that is why it is negative. Let's discuss another numerical now. If an object is 7 cm in height, means h1 you have 7 cm. It is placed at a distance 12 cm from the convex lens, means u is also given to you, that is minus 12. And focal length of convex lens is 8 cm, means f is equal to plus 8. You have to find position, nature and height of the image, means you have to find v, then magnification, then h2 also. So what is given to us? U is minus 12, v we have to find, f is equal to plus 8. Firstly apply the length formula. After applying the length formula and putting all the values here, we'll get v as plus 24. Obviously it will be positive because the image is from real and inverted, and it will be on the right hand side of the optical center. Now we'll use second formula, m is equal to v by u, and we'll put all the values there, and from there we will find magnification. So after putting values, what will get the magnification as minus 2. Now we'll use another formula, m is equal to h2 by h1, and we'll write again magnification, m is equal to minus 2. We know the formula, we know the value of h1, but we don't know what is h2. So we'll put all the values here, what we know, and we'll cross multiply it so that we can get the value of h2. So the image will be real and inverted, because h2 we have negative.